Hey y'all, welcome back for part two. Before we get up in here, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, and make sure y'all comment down below who's wrong in this situation. Now we gonna try to not judge up in here, be easy on her in this comments, but let's figure out what's going on in part two. Um, I feel like whatever she had to do to get the money back, who are we to judge? She just said she had to get herself together. Now we talking about the interview. I agree with one brother in this clip. That's why I shared it in here. Make sure y'all go check them out on the TikToks. Their name is in the videos. If you want to go follow them, make sure y'all follow them and check it out. But y'all sure know how to kick somebody when they down. Y'all just keep kicking. I don't know what's wrong with this internet. It's just something that's dirty about it. But anyways, let's just get into it. And also, when it comes to this video, just take it easy on her. And if y'all got something to say, you can say it. We just want to try to figure out a solution instead of judgment on this internet. We just got a lot of judgment with no solution. If we a community, let's figure out the solution. What's wrong with the solution? That's all, you know. But y'all, let's get into it. Make sure y'all subscribe. And like I agree with one person in the comment, right is right. Whether what consequence come behind it, right is right. Whether what judgment come behind it, right is right. Don't let nobody judge you into making you go crazy because all the noise is talking to you. Right is right. Let's get into it, y'all.
Of why you need to check on your people, because there is no way in hell I would be able to give my children up to CPS and my family and friends would just be like, oh, okay, a week before Mother's Day, that's fine. That is why it is important to have a village. That is why it is important to have people that care about you around you. But I am going to say, doing interviews on giving your kids up to CPS is fucking nuts. Like, I just pray that she gets the love, help, mental health support that she needs. Like,
Hey, so first of all, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there, all the amazing mothers that get up every day and go get it. Whether they have help or whether they don't, mothers of this is your day, and happy Mother's Day. For a little bit of transparency into this conversation, and a little bit of vulnerability, probably the most you're ever going to get out of me, is that I lost my mom when I was younger. Okay, so I understand it. I understand what it's like to grow up without a mother. I'm hearing about this story that's on TikTok about this lady who has gave her kids up to CPS. Okay, and I'm seeing mixed reviews, but literally her story came across my FYP page, so I finally seen the story, and I don't know. I'm torn too, because I understand what growing up without a mother felt like. There were times where I used to envy people, even if they had fucked up situations. I used to envy people who had a mom and a dad. Okay. I used to look at couples and things like that. Like, I used to look at that stuff, and I used to envy that stuff when I was younger. So I'm torn a little bit, because I understand how everybody's like, you know what I mean, try to work it out, try to be with your kids, because the system's fucked up too. The foster care system is messed up, and it's not really a place for kids. They're not helping kids as much either. However, I'm listening to that young lady's story. It seems like she doesn't have any help. Okay? And she's doing it all by herself. And that can be a lonely thing too, okay? Now, can she make better choices? Of course. We're not going to sit here and act as if she is not guilty of her situation. I think people do need to find a better way, and I think that people do need to make better choices. This is also why I'm pro-choice. Do not have that kid if you can't afford that kid. And if you can afford an abortion and all these things, do what you need to do. And I mean that. I could give two fucks about anybody who come in my comment section. But also, I'm seeing that she's going around doing interviews and stuff like that. And it's like, lady, you're tripping off of that too. Clout is a dangerous drug. And in this time, we feel like we need to be our most vulnerable self. we feel like we just got to tell the world everything for some fucking views and a little bit of cash, you know. As much as I love being a content creator, big dog, this money is not going to help you sleep better at night. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel.
No, honestly, I can't say I know what this lady is going through. This lady done gave away her kids to CPS, and I watched her videos, a couple of her original videos, her talking about it, and her family not wanting her to give her kids up, and you know, funny enough, I keep scrolling and I see videos of her at the radio station doing interviews about her baby daddy and his mom and her kids and why she gave them up and this and that. I just honestly feel like she was in the videos talking about she needed to make the money now. She needed to make the money now for her kids and leave her kids something. But you didn't give your kids up, and you're going on the Chitlin Circuit tour doing radio interviews and doing TikTok interviews. Honestly, shame on the people who are doing interviews with her, because the only question you really should be asking is if she needs a job, or has she got a job? Is she able to work? Is she going to get her kids back? That's what the interview should be about. Nonetheless, she shouldn't be doing interviews at all. But who am I? Who am I? Wow. This is honestly kind of very, very sad. It's a very, very, very sad situation. But happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Let's still and try to enjoy our day despite all the things that's going on in the world. This is a very unfortunate situation that she felt like she had to drop her kids off to the system, knowing what we know about the system. But let's give her grace. I think I don't know if they would have been safer with her or safer with the system, because it seems like both situations are equally as bad, knowing what we know about the system. It's a lot going on in this world that I'm just not understanding anymore. Nothing's making sense. Nothing's making sense anymore. Nothing.
Now, here's a question. How was she going to get the money to get herself back together for the lady that, for the last clip? But for the other two, I understand completely about fixing the system. I think that's what a lot of people are being triggered by. It's deep rooted in us to not trust CPS. But let's get back right into it, y'all. Comment down below who y'all think is wrong in here.
I keep seeing stories about that girl that dropped her kids off to CPS, and of course y'all know I don't like that shit when people judge mothers, especially if you ain't gonna do shit to help them. She had exhausted everything she could. She went on Facebook Live, asked family. She asked the daddies, which we know that that's not gonna fucking happen. They don't care. And nobody helped. So she took them to CPS. What's triggering y'all is that y'all know that CPS is a risky situation. It could go one or two ways. And the problem is we need to clean all these fucked up systems so in cases like this, these children have safe places to go. That's the problem. You judging her for taking them to CPS. She trying to take them somewhere safe. It's several stories viral on here right now. Y'all getting views off of stories of women abusing their children because they just couldn't take it no more. But then you judge a mother, and we know why. We know why. But then you judge a mother because she tried to do the right thing and take them children where they should be safe.
The Amora Lex story, let's get into it, because I was in her shoes about 8 months ago when I came to TikTok asking if anybody knew what would be the best options or the best route for me to go if I wanted to place my children in foster care or, you know, a situation like that. I got a lot of backlash. Like, I was all over Twitter. I was all over TikTok. I was all over Instagram. I was all over fucking Facebook. And people had their opinions. But one thing I do know for sure, nobody who had an opinion could tell me what I was or wasn't doing enough of in order to prevent me feeling like I needed to place my children in foster care or CPS. You feel me? Like, the outcry was so loud and nobody listened to me. I don't. Some of us aren't blessed to have family members. Not even one family member that will take on our children, right? That will take on our children full time, not ask for anything in return, and be okay. Allow us to go get ourselves together and come back with a plan, with stability, with a foundation, right? And I get it. A lot of y'all won't understand why a mother could take her children to a fire station or to the system and leave them after carrying them for 9 months. You think that's a choice we want to make? Like, y'all anger me so bad on this app with y'all judgmental asses. Because when a woman asks for help, y'all tear her down, and I hate it. Y'all tore me down, and all I was asking for was support. Support that I wasn't getting from family, that I wasn't getting from friends, that I wasn't getting from the government, nobody. So what do y'all expect us to do? The fathers are blatantly telling us that they're not going to do nothing. First and foremost, let's hold the deadbeat fathers accountable first before we try to bash a mother who has her back against the wall. A lot of us right now have our back against the wall, and we should not be judging. Especially if you're a mother who got kids, more than 2. You should never judge a mother for her actions when it comes to her thinking and believing that placing her kids in the care of someone else. Yeah, we know CPS and all this have their faults. But what's the alternative? It's not like our government and our world and our cities is giving us an alternative option. Actually, in fact, they telling us when we get pregnant, we cannot go for abortion if we so choose.
Y'all comment down below if y'all want some spooky stories, but comment how y'all feel about this story. Do y'all want me to keep following or should we move on? I like to keep the update for everyone. I think the moral of this story is stop judging because we don't want the bad outcome. You can't have both exist in the world and then have judgment with both of them if she would do something to them kids and herself. So we got to find a solution. I think that's what it is. If nobody have help, who's going to step up? Yeah, we laid down and had kids, boopity boo wop wop, whatever judgment you got. Nobody's going to step up. Who's going to step up? That's all we're asking. So stop judging, find more solutions.